How good is this? We're talking about Paulie's favourite topic. It is, of course, cleaning. Isn't it, Dal? Isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
No, in all seriousness, though, we wanted to share with you our top 7 hacks for maintaining and cleaning some of the products in the interior of your van. Things like the fans, the vents, the screens, those trickier items that personally I found there's not a lot of information out there on tips or the right way to do things. And I know some of these things I've been doing really tediously when in fact they're super quick and easy, and you don't need a lot of products to be able to clean these things. So like we did last week with the exterior maintenance, and we I think mentioned WD-40 like 15 times, and thank you, Sue, for counting for us. I'm probably going to mention vinegar and bicarb soda that many times as well, because these are the products that we use to clean just about everything on the inside of the caravan. What's awesome about them is that they're natural, so they're good for you. They cost like seriously dollars and cents at the supermarket, so it's not going to blow your budget. You don't need expensive cleaning products to be able to do all of these things, and they're really good for the environment. You know, we're so conscious of the places that we go and camp, and then of course what we are putting down our drains and out into the beautiful environments that we're living in. So good all round, these guys. Okay, now I'm going to start with the natural drain cleaner. We teased it last week when we were talking with Darren at Hangaro. Grey water and your drains can get stinky. That's whether you're living in bricks and mortar 4 walls or whether your home rolls down the road like ours does. So bicarb and vinegar is an excellent way to give those drains a bit of a flush out, get them nice and clean, and stop that stinky grey water from ruining your camping weekend or experience. What I do is just a good shake of the bicarb. Now I should say I do this regularly, so once a week in fact, and I've found that just doing that, it's quick and easy, it takes honestly a couple of minutes to do, but that really helps keep that grey water smell down, and it also keeps the grey water outlet on the exterior of the van looking and smelling much nicer as well, because that can get pretty foul. So a good sprinkling of bicarb. Then I tip, just one of those. I don't measure, just one of those of the white vinegar in. Those products react together. They create some kind of cool, we should do it as a science experiment for Jasper, some kind of cool chemical reaction. And then what I do is chase that down with a little bit of boiling water. So about 500 mils, I just use my little pot here that we use for water when we're boiling for a cup of tea. And I just chase that down the drain. Now I have read online that if you wanted to give your drains and your pipes a bit of a deep clean, you could actually chock up the grey water outlet with an old rag or a cloth or something. Do that process, let that bicarb vinegar mix sit in your pipes, and then flush it out. So that's probably a good idea.
You could also do that with your grey water tank. Just close the bypass valve off and let it sit for at least a half an hour.
Yes, and actually there's a good recipe for that. While I'm talking about recipes, we are going to put up a blog post on our website with all of this information and some bonus recipes for some of these, I guess, more natural cleaning products that you can make quickly and easily at home. So we will put in that information on the grey water tank cleaner as well. Good idea, Paulie. Okay. Let's talk about screens. I think the window screens in your RV are probably the trickiest thing to keep clean and also clean. Now we've had 3 different types of screens in our caravans over the years. I love these ones because of their functionality. I also love that they are midgie screens, which means they're a lot smaller, but that can also make it harder if you have kamikaze bugs at any of the campgrounds. They just get stuck in the screen. So what I found, I picked up this little brush. Now it's a hard bristle brush. I actually, from memory, think that I got it from the supermarket in like the dishwashing section, because it's meant for scrubbing your pots. But I thought it was pretty cute, and it works really well on the screens, particularly if you're trying to get any of those dead bugs or things that get caught up in the screens. Now, I will say you need to be gentle, because if you go in all gung-ho, you're probably going to damage your screens or push them out of the sides. So really gently, but the little bristles are really good at poking anything that's caught in the screens out. And then I like to follow it with a really good wipe down. Now, you could either use a damp microfiber cloth. Be prepared for it to get really gross though. So often I will use in its place a baby wipe or a cleaning wipe that you can then throw away. Now, of course, we try and always use biodegradable wipes, and you can find them at the supermarket as well. But wiping them over like that, it's scary how much gunk comes off them. And of course, best practice would be to do both sides. So do your inside and then make sure that you've got hubby out there on the ladder, hey, wiping the outsides to keep them really nice and clean. I think the key with all of these things is that regular maintenance that we were talking about last week as well, with the external elements on the van. If you're doing these things more regularly, there's less time for the dust and the dirt to build up, and nobody wants to spend their camping hours cleaning, but it'll save you in the long run. Okay, let's talk about the Max fan. Now, we haven't had one of these in our caravan previously, and I absolutely love it. It provides great ventilation when it's clean. It also provides a lot of light into the caravan as well. It's quite scary how quickly that vent gets full of dirt and dust just from it collecting from the air. So what's great about this is that it's got the little plastic clips. I'm sure Paul's overlaying now for you. You can easily take that vent off. Now, again, you could use one of those little hard bristle brushes to get all of that dirt off, obviously outside. I just like to throw it under some water, give it a really good wash off. I mean, it takes seconds to come up really beautiful and clean. The inside of the fan, where I guess the mechanics are and the blades, that's, you know, you can't get away from it. I've got to stand on my little step. You are looking up. You've got to get your hands in and get them a bit dirty. But giving it a really good wipe over, again, with a damp microfiber cloth or a wipe of some sort, just gets rid of all of that dust and dirt, and then you quickly and easily get your vent back on there, and you're laughing. Okay, Sirocco fans, again, same sort of premise. They've got little fiddly bits and, you know, little bits cut out of the fan blades, so you really want to make sure that you're getting in there, and they get really dirty and dusty quickly too. I have to laugh because I've seen some families swap over from the white ones to the black ones so that they can't see the dust as often, and I actually think that's a really good idea. But I do love the white. Now, what's cool about these is that you don't have to try and get in and around. They've got little clips here that you can press through from the back. Again, I'm sure Paul's overlaying. And you can take this whole cage off, which is really great. Then the fan blade comes off as well. So I just take those outside, again, rinse them off under some water, dry them off, pop them back in, good as new. With the rest of it, I guess the housing and the swivel arm, just that microfiber cloth again. You could use a little bit of a cleaning spray. Whenever I'm cleaning, you know, with a spray in the van, I love just a mix of water, again vinegar, and a little bit of essential oil. So I'll turn towards like lemon or tea tree or something that's really fresh but also has those cleaning properties to them. So give that a spray, put it all back together, super easy, and boy, they look so much better when they're clean than when they're dusty and dirty. Okay, let's talk about this guy. What's he called? The air conditioner. Okay, let's talk about this type. We haven't had this particular air conditioner before. It is a Truma Aventa. So I had to do a little bit of research. The guide on it was pretty basic in terms of the cleaning instructions, but I did do some Googling. It says wipe it over with a soft cloth on all the exterior parts and the little vents up here. You could again use your microfiber cloth to wipe all of these parts down. As far as the filters go, it recommends that you change your filters every 12 or so months, and that again would be depending on how often you use your air conditioner. If you're using it every single day and it's getting pretty gunky, then obviously you need to change them out more often. This grey part just clips out. Again, I should say on just about all of these products there are plastic clips, so just take your time, take care, don't get frustrated with it, don't, you know, be too hard on it, because if you break one of those clips then you're looking at a whole new replacement piece for that part. But this clips out, this little filter comes out, it's literally like a piece of like plasticky core flute. So you could try and wipe that over with a soft cloth if it wasn't that bad, if you didn't want to go to the trouble of replacing it. But these filters, you can easily get replacement filters online for them. Let's talk about the washing machine. I love my washing machine. Okay, so this is a little Kamek teardrop. Again, it's a different type of washing machine than we've had, in our previous vans. What's great about every washing machine, as far as I'm aware, is that it has its own like drum cleaning cycle built in, and the same goes for this little guy. So you could select that and it's going to give that a really deep clean inside the drum. Now you do that of course without any clothes in the washing machine, and what I like to do is do it with a vinegar rinse. So again, add some vinegar to the washing machine, because vinegar is great. Not only is it going to cleanse, but it's also really good at removing any odours, and washing machines can get pretty stinky, especially if you use it like we do. So we use it as our dirty laundry hamper. So rather than having another something to put our dirty laundry in, I figure I've got one there. We put that in and then I do a wash every day, every second day. So it's a pretty good system that we've got going on. Okay, let's talk about the leather, or the, I think it's called PU leather. Pleather. Thanks, Dale. That's fancy. Okay, so we've got the leather option in this van, but you would, as far as I'm aware, treat them the same. Now, what's really great about leather is with little people, you can quickly and easily wipe away any marks. In my research, I found that a blend or a mix of water and white vinegar is really great, and so you wouldn't have a sopping wet microfiber cloth, but just a nice damp one from that mix to wipe over and clean everything up. I also read that if you've got like greasy stains, which with little people can happen a lot, on your seats, you can sprinkle over that bicarb soda, leave it for a little while, and it'll actually, I guess, absorb the greasiness out of the leather, so that's great too. Now, that's just the first step. You really want to make sure that you're conditioning it to keep the fabric looking its best, nice and soft, and without any splitting or cracking in it. So for conditioning, a natural oil is a really great option to use if you don't want to go out and go the expense of buying like a conditioning product. So we just use coconut oil, and I'm talking like just a couple of little drops on the microfiber and just soft, gentle circles to rub that in and condition that leather. It really brings it up beautifully, and doing that regularly will, I guess, extend the life of that fabric as well. Okay, what else do I need to talk about? I need to look at my notes quickly. Floors. Okay, air conditioner, washing machine, leather seats. Okay, floors. So, I mean, in such a small space, we don't have a mop or anything. And at this point in time, oh look, there's my fancy feet. Thank you to my mother-in-law for my pedicure for my birthday. Thanks, Granny. So we don't have a mop in the caravan, and at the moment I don't even have a vacuum, which is driving me a little bit crazy. I've had a Dyson on board for our 3 and a bit years, and it recently decided that it didn't want to play anymore, so I'm on the lookout for a really good vacuum. I'm actually quite excited about getting a new vacuum in my life. So if you've got suggestions on a really great vacuum for travelling full time, it's got to be heavy duty, it's got to be lightweight and preferably small, please let me know in the comments below. Okay, so what we do, I'm sweeping at the moment, which is fine, although it does leave some residual dust and stuff on the floor. Mopping, seriously, get down on your hands and knees, baby. So again, you could either do it with a microfiber cloth, you could do it with one of those microfiber mop pads, and a bit of spray. So again, I would use my water, my vinegar, my essential oil mix. I love tea tree on the floors. Not only does it help cleanse and clean, but it also smells really beautiful and fresh as well. And we found that with the darker floors, whilst it might show up those little bits and pieces of dirt and grime, the red dirt, you don't really see it. I mean, I'm sure it's still there, but you won't see it with a darker floor, so that's great. Okie dokie. Shower. Okay, so I do the same drain cleaner in the shower, and then I've got a great recipe actually for a natural cream cleanser that is awesome for everywhere in a caravan, even your bathroom. So that's going to be in the blog. So that's what I use in the shower. And again, just doing it regularly, I think, is the key. I actually keep my cleaning products in the shower, so they're there in my face. So whenever I can, I try and do that to avoid the, the mold and those sorts of things, the build-up happening, because then you've got a really big cleaning job. Okay, I'm just going to check my notes, Paulie. Okay, beautiful. So the other two recipes that we are going to include in that blog will be for a natural glass and mirror cleaner, and also that cream cleanser that is great for your bathrooms and your kitchen as well. So do jump over and check that out on our website, thefeelgoodfamily.com. We've got loads of information there, great free resources, gear and products that we love and use every day, and of course those blogs. All right, where are we off to now, Paulie?
Lake Baramba.
Lake Baramba, yes, such a beautiful off-grid campground with a spectacular view. Loved it. Those pesky bugs.
Those bugs, out of control. Thanks for watching. Please do like, subscribe and share our channel. And if you'd like more information on full-time RV travel and living, visit our website, thefeelgoodfamily.com. There you'll find loads of free resources, our weekly podcast, caravan cooking recipes, our monthly Go RV magazine articles, and much more. We look forward to seeing you next week. Take care of yourself and your family, and happy trails.